Hi, I'm Peter Haddock and I'm here with Kai Duebbert, and we are in another part of HxGN Live here. Kai, what's really interesting about finding out about your product is the fact that you used to be a surveyor, and now, folks, he's been designing tools for surveyors to help run their business. That's really important, isn't it? Because you see a lot of generalist stuff out there, but you understanding the way in which the geospatial and engineering systems work helps you to understand the pinch points and the problems that businesses face. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I come out of the surveying industry and a surveyor myself, I really know what the surveying businesses need. We use the system. It's a proven system for geospatial surveying companies. To manage their system, and it's not come out of a software company that just thought we want to create a system and thought what do companies need. It's really specifically for geospatial surveying companies, and also up to a certain size. It's ideal, so up to 250, 300 employees. Because that is where we found companies are struggling to organize their businesses. They have many different tools that they work with, and our system really allows them to use or to manage their processes in an integrated way, and really don't have double entries in different systems, and have this inquiry to invoice, the whole flow, project execution, and getting the cash flow running, and having insight into how the business is performing, where people work at the moment, what equipment they use, and because it's specifically made for geospatial companies. Like we use it at Murphy Geospatial.
Right, okay,
they are
big
our biggest
player
client.
in the UK. Right, so Murphy Geospatial, I spoke to some of the team actually there, and they were saying, it's the fundamentals of having a system like this is that all of the people can be in one place. All of the assets you've got are in one place, and then you can actually see where they're going, what they're doing, and then there's always costs. So everything we do in business, isn't there, folks? So all of the costs of that can be managed. Now, what I want to understand is the flow and some of the workflows that you've got. So you're talking there earlier about tender process. Well, as soon as we start building in cost to try and win a job, then you're documenting that activity straight away.
Yes, absolutely. So an inquiry comes in from a client or a tender, for example, and we build it up in Kompass. It has like a simple CRM functionality in there, and your proposals are being built up by different sales items or quote items, which can be by different departments, because often you have many different departments involved in it, with our budgets behind it, costs behind it. What people do we need? Do we need senior surveyor? Do we need a processor, CAD technician, and so on? What equipment do we need? Do we need total stations or laser and vans and so on? And you can build that all up, not only for fixed price or lump sum projects, but also for rate-based projects. So when you have construction-based, you do setting out or something like that, and you charge by the day. And all that works, so you have that proposal. Kompass has a very easy way of then creating a proposal document from it. It's templated, and it gives you back like a Word document or PDF document that you can send directly off. So you don't need to enter the data again in a Word document. You don't need to waste that time. You can really download it. It's pre-filled out with all the information you had on Kompass, and send it off.
And so really, when we've got that tender process, then when we've won the tender, you're not going backwards and restarting. You've already started the workflow process. And then you're looking around here, folks, so we've got the power of the sales, the robust project management, detailed task scheduling. So all of this is one place that everyone works from then, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. So it's your single source of truth system, where you know this is what you can trust. So you don't have the problem that you have the proposals in one folder in PDFs. You have your clients or projects in an Excel, and you have your schedule on Trello or something. It's all together, and you know that the company is in there once. So you know the company has these projects and these proposals. And like you say, a proposal then follows through, it converts into a project.
Yep.
The ID stays the same, so you always know
where
this project 1, 2, 3, 4 was proposal 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can really go back. You have comments on it, comment functionality. You can record your assumptions on it. So as many people know, the handover from sales to operations is always a little bit tricky.
Can be a tricky one,
and that makes it really easy. Like we have map functionality, we have like a full GIS behind it as well. So already the estimator or sales guy can mark out exactly which area needs to be surveyed. Yep. No more confusion about what are my outlines. The surveyors can also on site, on the phone then, see, all right, this
so it's
needs
connected
to be surveyed.
Via your phone, so you're literally connected.
It's all cloud-based.
Ready.
It's all cloud-based, so you can access it on your phone. You can access it from home. We have clients where they sometimes have trouble with internet in the office. No problem, you know. This day and age, COVID and all that stuff, working from home, it makes it very easy to continue running your business and not lose the money.
Right, this is what I was going to come on to, folks, because when you've got all these disparate things and disparate folders, and when you're not collecting hourly data, when you're not collecting usage data of, we've had that total station on site for 3 or 4 weeks or a few months, we're using the rovers, we're using all of this. When you're not able to collate that, you're not able to charge properly. And when you're trying to add all that up yourself from a spreadsheet here, there, and phone people around, see what they've been doing, that's all time as well, because there is a cost to obviously using a system like this. But having spoken to the Murphy team, I think one of the things that is realised is there's a huge cost time-saving benefit that far outweighs the actual cost of using a system. Because the most fundamental thing for me is invoice correctly every time with all of the data that comes from the back end of you, so you can get paid.
That's a super point to jump into, because invoicing, like we all know how difficult it is to invoice when you don't have your purchase order in place or your contract in place. So Kompass has the functionality that on the projects list you have identifiers, markers that tell you, careful, this project has not a purchase order yet.
Right.
Alerts. And we have people then to say, all right, I can't actually manage this project before I get the purchase order, so that once it's finished you can immediately invoice, you get paid. Not this whole game of then we send the invoice in, the client says, but where's your purchase order? And you say, we haven't got the purchase, where can I find? And it's all in one place, so it's very, very straightforward. You don't lose the time or filling out different forms. You have timesheets, for example, because we have a schedule here that's like a drag and drop schedule. And for the surveys, it's super easy to fill out the timesheets. So you don't need to chase them. How difficult it sometimes is to get the surveys to fill out their timesheets. It's very easy, again, on the phone. It's already assigned to them. They know which task it is. They just need to say, I worked from then until then. I finished area A, save, gone, finished. 10 seconds, it's done.
And the other thing we know is when you get busy, there's a certain amount of assets that you'll buy, certain amount of total stations, certain amount of vans and things like that. If you know, and you've got a programmed schedule in here, you know that all of that equipment is already busy over here. You can actually work with a rental partner, like HxGN have got a lot of rental partners that can actually give you those pieces of equipment you need without, again, wasting any time or days or even weeks, of availability.
Absolutely. Like we have on the schedule, so you see a visual representation of where the equipment is. Again, drag and drop, so you can by drag and drop reassign it to different people, and you see what equipment is in the office.
Right.
A key part. You can create utilization reports to say, we're hiring this equipment, but we're only using it 10%, or we're using it all the time, maybe we should buy it, or something like that. So you can make all these decisions because you have it in one place.
And so, folks, that's what it's all about. It's called Kompass, and for me, that's about steering you in the right direction so that you know all the things that you need to do to run a successful business. And, folks, Murphy Geospatial, one of the biggest players in the UK market, has worked with you from the outset of that, so you know it's built for your sector rather than you having to try and slice and dice and fit something in. And so all of those benefits come online in the cloud, so we're not going to have to upgrade to 0.45 version 12. It's all there, everything you do, and fundamentally the most important thing is it's secure and it's for people to use and it's for that sector, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's made by surveyors for surveyors, and that makes it really straightforward for businesses.
And Kai's a straightforward guy. He's done it all the hard work so that you don't have to. Great to meet you. Cheers.
Thank you very much.